Thank you, bro. I'm just trying to do better in my life or motivate, not a motivate, do something better. तेरे को फ़ोन किया तो आया क्यों नहीं? कॉल कर रहा हूँ इतनी देर से. बाहर है क्या? I'm going to सोनू संदीप. हेलो भाई, मैं ग्रंथ. अच्छा अच्छा, ग्रंथ. चलो पढ़े फिर ग्रंथ. देख ले, ये बुक है, पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं. क्या कह रहा भैया, पढ़ने की मत को. 2 घंटे का स्ट्रीमिंग करते हैं यार. कुछ नहीं रखा जीवन में पढ़ाई के अलावा. घड़ी दिख रही होगी. 2 घंटे करेंगे पूरे. ठीक है. जिसको कामयाब है होना, वो आ जाए मेरे साथ. ये बुक है, ये पढ़ेंगे अपने. 115वें पेज, 115 ना, 150 पेज पे हूँ मैं. और कोशिश करते हैं इसको 2 घंटे में, देखते कितनी पढ़ी जाएगी. ओके. लेट अस स्टार्ट टुगेदर. 1 मिनट में आया, फिर उसके बाद करते हैं. ठीक है, 1 मिनट. Keep it up. Aryan, thank you bro. अब पढ़ते हैं गुड 7 मिनट हो गए ऑलमोस्ट 37 पे उठाएंगे हम डायरेक्ट ठीक है स्टार्ट there are the productivity of the rising by the 50 or 20% हो जाता है अक्सर लग रहता है early If you stop by seeing what you are reading and do you like. अभी चढ़ भाई साहब फिर आ गए हैं. बोल बोल के पढ़ दूँ. सत सत साहेब सतमार. Stop to see what you are reading. Okay. Or each you the most of the either of the themselves and behaves as if you doing the same ideas or applying that to the work. It is a difficult not for a good in time and time to control. It is actually quite difficult even if you are the since your mind is persona to the guilty and a version of that the extremely imposed views of what you did and at least the stand of the changing and cut this and downsizing and it is possible to the undesirable to make the advice to be and you will always have some obligations to others and this is the extremely help you to the participation even the either entrepreneurship and in the really or the who's answerable no one he she is and parenting the parents and employees and alliance and the network of the contract and will be control can be expected to it is in that the point of the choice and obligation extremely selected and the great creating the be unconventional and the certainers in your using of the time. You are likely to spend most of the valuable 20% of the thing to good solution and go to the experts and offer you in that and attending meeting and that everyone enjoying you will on doing what you are most of the pairing and doing the otherwise and observing this social convention and if you are role in the fact and you should be quite rather of these and quite necessary you will be accepted from the 10 or that 20 like 80% of it is spent on love and priority of activities and adopt the convention behavior of solution and the exercise and a good exercise to be work with most of the convention existency and a way of you spend the time of how you conduct be deviated with from the without being through and you will not exaggerate and the spending and multiple time and effectiveness and the latter at least the draw of the server since years and adopted to allow you the most of the time high valuable activities and you enjoy the consequences and effects and the consequently finding your way to there all the time to the diverts from this and the copy of the them yet they do not they know that. Identify the 20% all the age of 30% and a fifth of you are likely to fourth of your achievement and result of the fourth of your happiness and science and to be the same fifth although the usually considered overlapping and the first to be the clear about whether your objective or the purpose of the air and each under the look at the both separately happiness and identify the happiness and the ideas in some amount of the world and having to contribute the quite disappointment amount on the happiness and take clear sheets and papers and happiness I will add the top of the list of as many as them as you are recommending and trying to that is the common benefits all over the happiness I don't repeat repeated products and the unhappiness and identity, and this able to generally compare the 28% of 26, and the most of there is a large moment find of the model art happiness between and the unhappy identity Ireland, and yet the important identity the most significant cause of unhappiness and the common dominatory because then the repeating the whole preceding the achievement and identity or achievement identity and short period of you have achieving the higher ratio and values, and during the rest of your week and a month and hard and claim and sheets and prepare with achievements items and list as many as you can possible. Take your whole life and trying to identify the achievement and I and silence or common characteristics before you live in analyzing your most important might be want to do glance at least the 20% of the high value of using on a page of the 164. This is the journal list complied by many of the people to experience it by the managing your listen separately and the achievement and desire identity, and there is the periods of gratitude and strategy stability and the lowest productivities, and the list that law of the values of the time and pages, and on the three may be help you to again and overdo to make a common and not a current according multiple the 20% of 20% of time that gives you the 80%. The when you identify the happiness achievements and lands, and you are likely to want to spend the time with these and small activities. And this is some person say there is a flow in a local because they depend you more time in the 20% and diminish neither return the set and the 20% ownership and the 20% may not will lead to another 80% for the output that perhaps you are not 40, 50, 60, 70 or 70%. I have replied this is a point of first sense and it is impossible at that moment. The measure happens of the effectiveness with any another approach to patience and the creating many able to the right in some case with the cause of there is there will be said to be a marker increasing in the supply of water by the second of the answer I think they criticize the generally right and the recommendation and not the discipline of the actually are equal to me. You read fluently, hopefully you are comprehensive. Yes bro. Do you want to also listen? I'm a speed writer, not a speed writer, I'm a speed reader. the time of anything that we're doing there can be therefore the increasing to the return as well as the possibility of the diminished return in the fact of thinking as used to be specific consider changing your career and the style and your basic object and when you have identified both the specific activities and journal general life of activities that take up 20% of the yield of 80% happiness and achievements and should be increasing the 20% of time of 20 and this is spent also towards similarly activities and more possible and short of object and usually feasible rules of sex. We will see you next time. Okay. The most common object usually feasible in the dedicated to the 20% of the spend and a high value of the activity that given center without them. This one can be rising to productive and by the difference 20% you would have to loss with the percent of the to loss of 2% and 20% of the time, 20% of the time, total time and would be to the 60 when 16 when if you are for all the previous values of activities and recognition allocation and some of the high value activities and the position of the time spent and values activities and the 20% and this may be possible to the changing of career life and with the deadlines for how are you going to make the change element in your low value activities. For a 20% of the activity that you are 20% of the result required and eliminate the them to this and go for your lesson and that you're trying to write a policy achievements and happiness in their actions or less for illustrations of asymmetric and electric motivate. First stationary Williams guardians of the statement promise to be answered in the same strategically and focus on accountability cases and the position and unlimited and part of the associations and the electricians and the style considered by the potential beauty of the effective and responsibility of the within the material and investment of the sports. Which is which are the period and compulsive listening and the virtual to the post of the recognition present at the enormous and the joint and I pray he will be going to the point of at least the whole of the already and the enormous political and effectiveness of the scientific use of time, scientific use of time. Oh my God. And supporting its subsequent of the British Prime Minister and the Viceroy Gorgeous Chair and Church and the teachers and people and we are near to travels and the lost times and the 70 the time and all the three to the usually of effective. Wise up. You are reading fluently. I hope you fully with comprehension. Yes. By according to Porodoma technique, 30 minutes मेरे को हो गए रीडिंग करते हुए and after that I will take a 5-minute break and after that I will come. This is a book which I read, the 2080 rule. Okay, I will come in 5 minutes. The 80-20 principle. Yeah, bro. रिचर्ड सच बताना यार, कहाँ से हो तुम? दैट इज द थिंग. यस, आई हैव लर्न. I got more rabbit in my hat for you. Okay, I don't have any problem. Richard, what do you do? Richard, could you tell me? Richard, could you tell me what do you do? चलो भाई 5 मिनट कंप्लीट हो गए. रिपीटेड दैट. व्हाट डू यू डू? व्हाट डू आई डू? यस. That fan make a lot of noise, but I cannot off this, because if I off this, there is lots of suffocation in this room. After the switch off the fan. I used to be in construction. Now I am internet looking for the next great adventure. Okay, good. Keep on doing. One day you will get your kick. (33 से 30 मिनट. ओके, स्टार्ट करते हैं दोबारा. 5 मिनट्स हो गए. I lithium accelerate the management of the consulting. The other example of the conversational are time management and for the state of older management consulting and consulting for the nutritious cases for 1 hour of the fanatic and activities in my 3 character or more, and I know the quite and be on the convention and this is also the separate spiritual and music for all I know, all I will. And I ask you to reply because I trouble hearing you. Fan. Okay. ले भैया. Okay. Now it is off. Take enjoy. I will speak loudly while doing reading. Start. The first whom I will call the Fred or made be 10 of the 10 million of the dollar for the big to consulting, even the bother of the 200 business and school, but the managed to step up in the very large of the accession, successful fames and the consulting with the overwhelming and the more to the hairs and the fed visiting of the convention of the child and the parenting the meeting of which parenting and all over the global and the comprehensive the preferred and spend where life, and there is a hurdle too with ironic, even though voice of the controlling everything, controlling our lives with a five subordinate and consider the and as boss of the nutrients and a part of the found of the virtue of the expansions and work of the collection and the heart to them and opposed to for dignant and over the range and travel and repeat and over also satisfied the work and the unbelievable and the largely informed to the nobody and then spends to be how with the schools and work for the incredibles and rendering worlds and attendant to the most important client and a meeting to deliberating everything and the most important client and the deliberating everything and joining to the necessary investment and the browsing and why we could not be hearing all here to be the offer offer and by paid attention to any administrative and matters how will to energy and spend the working out and increasing and revenue with most of the people and client and then the mechanism in the field and with the last and personal preferent factor when doing renting never had three participate and often only when everything else you by the border and was possible to frustrating but then wonderful and effective the third of the final elected times and was to the find and the and the partner and the calling to the James and Jamie and the abandoning memories and Jamie was even be and the shading to the often the together with the handful and control is with the compared with full and activities and taking all the photos and presentations and doing the shooting for the one of the offering to others and the part of the James and Oakes and came to inactivity and it staring throughout full and cool throughout full at the calendar of working out or the doing the occasionally and he would new college and said one quiet rooms and the explain the want to everything and to one of the twice but the time of life and threatening her twice and the deals and James and everything the repeating was James and would were going to James in lungs and half believe but we but he was to traffic and lead and spent all the time to working on how to which task were to high values and who should do this and ensuring that they got done by the top of the 10 values and using of the time 10 values and using of the time and you can only spend the high value of the activities whether your achievements of the enjoy of life you have abandoned the law of attractives and investing you to both identify your values and the time to shaken that check off that you have missed no and some of the list and be go to without 10 and the most be breathless in the acting or in the cutting out of these activities under one circumstances and give the everything the far sharing of their and above all don't something just be done people have people or was or bees to be received to the phone and calls and fixed calls and Nancy reasons and a device in another context and just saying to treat the matter with the Lord of the Gorgeous and was called the completely ignorantly. The tent of values to use the time. Tent of values they use the time. Go does to ठीक है values the time other people wants you to do the things that you always being done with this always the 10 you the thing that you are usually good at doing, the thing you don't enjoy doing, the thing that you are always interrupted, the thing all the thing few others people are interested in, the thing that have already taken advice as long organizedly expected. This where you the thing where your collaborative are the unreasonable or the low of quality, and think that have the predictable circle of the answer of the telephone. The top the top 10 high values you use to on time. The first is second list and giving you the other side of the iconic. The top of the high values of the using and thinking to advise your overall purpose in the life, and you have always to want to done, and the thing that already at 20 relationship of the time and result, and the innovatives always to doing the things that promotes that the slash the time and the required and the multiple of the quality of result, and that other people tell you the can't do. The the, 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 the other people have done successfully in different areas, and think that you are on the creative that are that you can get all the people doing for what the relatively little and efforts on your part. Anything that the highly quality and the collaboration have who have who have already translated by the over 20 over the 20 rules of his all time and eccentrically and effectively. This for the which it is now or never. When they think about the potential use of the time and ask the 20 questions as the conventional and does the promise and multiple effectiveness, it is unlikely to do unlikely a good use of the time, and usually the answer of the both questions is yes. Yes, as a time of the revolutions and fabric. Many of you feel that much my advice is rather to revolutionary and the pick in a sky for your circumstances, and commit and criticize that having been made me including the following, and I can't choose how to spend my time, and my boss who also it and found need to be a change and good to following your advice, and I cannot afford the risk. This advice is also very well for the Richard, and that I just don't have that that the degree of the freedom. I don't have to discover my pause. My admissions, I'm sorry, my ambitions is improving by effectiveness of the 20% of the 200%. I just believe a letter I can turn. If it were as easy as you see, everything would do it. सही बात है. If you are finding you are saying that this time the revolutions and may not be for you, don't start time to revolutions, and usually you are willing to revolutions. I could inscript all the literature creatures and performing as you are following. I am not radical. Let us all the revolution says always. I am basically help to against the horizons and fears of enough resolutions is the marriage and This is a 20. This is a पेज नंबर 1. रिचर्ड तो चला गया, पंखा बंद करवा गया मेरा. Can you always get what you want? Can you always get what you want? This that matter most. This is the matter. This is the this is the matter most must never be at the mercy of things that matter least. Work for what you want and feel. Trusted life result and get you to work to the relationship are wrong others. We are only just striving after the achieving your goal that the victory of the goal. The 80-20 principle according to the story that the 20% of the leading and the 20% of the result and 80% of what we do leading to the 20%. We waste away the 80% of the efforts and values and outcome to the 20% of the times and appear to the having a little value and the little 20% of the happiness of the learn to the happiness and the nervous meaning to the everyday enjoying and the physical unsatisfactory always will the first 30 to 20% of translating the high values of how the appearing of the effectiveness and the what is the principle of the telling with the respective behavior happiness may start with a awareness deep festive and doing life and be part of it. So we add at least I'm going to the 30% of am I living with the creator of the person I am in the right of people I'm working on the right hours and doing this and matching with the working with the rhythms and switching colors and the way hard doing this I have doing this I will not and the outside, the career of the elimination, the way the many of the people talk about the notes and not feeling the background, the things that most of the people to the party on the side. And I know who I know, and the people who live in the conversation, like they have both have and we would be part of the house and the people and I would be always something happening for doing part of this currently actually I agree with the national separate and the works and the given by the national and the current and the personal business living value of the total of the quality of the limited and the career and the earnings spending and the spending the work and the satisfying and the good and the actually. Silence is economics, areas of the body of the business and mandate to success in the dedicated to the path of the corruption, lifestyle is easy. Lifestyle is easy. Showing the problem of the pursue the lifestyle, approaching the goal, the reaching of the career, that will be the happiest and the rate of the emotional and the life motivation and the emotional result and the doing and including the career and what are the what we doing and the eliminating the questions and the consider the work and the consider the work and everything which we should do great and the operating of the important and consider achieving this and at least possible important demand and determination revolution and should be understand the combinations and do you have high drives and achievements in career success and you are the happiest working in the organization as you are self-employment, self-contract and the individual and as together from the applying the rest of people and the whole research career which person deserve you best. I final degree of the need to achieve. Therefore, working on organization, prefer being a self-employed, prefer employee to organize together. The box I the box one people are highly ambitious but prefer to the work in the constant and next to organization to provide by the archive ethically organizations and the womb of the vanity and the fooling this and the following to the also and the largely and the marketing share the small and the front that will continue to the better and if you are supplying for the pros and cons and you too the demanding for if you are wanting of the role of your should be to the criticize of the fact and queries and ambitions however the unfashionables and means and large organization is still provide to struggles and starting and if you can no longer provide to security and the tax and typically and professionally and who have to drive recognition of the peer or who want to the best and who want to best in the field in the independence and are doing the fit of well organizations and unless and later to likely most universities and extremely passive and ensuring that the self-employment and possible should be the competitions and people are following and essentially recruit to sole traders and want to the professional depends on the possibles of the three boxes you are highly ambitious and providing the best in the long sole traders and the conventional but then building to you want to build the structure of themselves and the tomorrow of the entrepreneur and the label rates one of the twice and it's just prime person in the America was to controlling the drop drop out drop out of working and the many people and are looking for the organization of proving the obscure decision made for the made of desire of being to select to the unfinishable and finishable is the people of the both are the three person and had better organization better fact the something that may be the frustrated and passionate and all the three of the third people who are likely to do the world in that possible and do not only get the source of the frustration but more as able organizations and the 40% have a highly drive to the career of achievements. Achievements, but enjoy working with others and should be ensured that the spending of the house needed and also in the conventional job in the voluntary and five people are the ambitious and do you have the strong desire to the automatically and the rather than and then there are all forms and best driven to the box 5 and the freelancing and working to the people putting the people and projectors and shut down and convince and 6 boxes individually whose the career achievements and just process of the organization and developing of the many teachers, social worker and the charity and the worker to the 6 and the 6 are the virtue shut or the role of 6 and people are journey and everything there was meaning to arrive and many all agreeative was toward this box and allegations and extreme beliefs about people say in the in the wrong, in the wrong, in the wrong, in the wrong, in the wrong. What about what about what about money? What about money? What about money is the most important, the principle and values and money is the most important. Also the thinking of the difficulties and lessons most have with the money of the currently and the dual and the secondly point first and that you are the money the difficulties of take the once you have the little kind of the difficulties and multiple of the obstacles the first the best answer and the question work and superly well something the reasons and local relevant was something you good at the you are likely to do that doing that I think you are doing that is always an expectation and if you are going to do something do it and carry something will you satisfy and if you are satisfied that the generally appear the well and most of you do nothing and enjoying with the product as you are will be able to avoid the going to the rate of the vacations and the local of the full fearful and there is something profession such as the acting where you are supplying to the vessel made to the demands of doing that this and the same this is the circumstances what are you should be to given the circumstances and what are you and doing to the circumstances are the should be and given to instance and a function and family and demand to the question and what should but where to the supply and demands and questions and equally matched but the closing of requirement and prefer to the occasion of the such and a portion and usually to all the maybe to immediately and the creative example and requires and the potentials and close to the most to the potential in the Ronald range for John F.K. Crinden and Winston Churchill was intended for Marshall and management and teachers, manager, tried and damage. Either one could be highly successfully at first and adding to the double retailer and not Hitler was the accidental and sudden done Hitler and was to the rest of the capitalism actors and the pretty and being to the full good with the seriously and completely in character and defined to the work and communications and spurious rewards and market if you are enjoying has been to the employment market of the year just purpose and proportion and going to be the next of the preferred locations and the physically and that the likely to the pair and the own the profession and make you the really appointment if you are the good and what you should be named and because of the self-employment and some possibly and after the first employee I arrived at the consideration of the 80% of the world that treatment like the percentage of values and the professions and complete 20% of the professional work above the education as a parent to be the part of the world stage and need to be the reflective difficulties in the profession. It is the following that your best and the people also do output paid and worse and people always and above average and people and control the spread and people and boss and thinking you are doing and you will never get and the value of the relatives others and you are doing is this and set the above average and working for the either of these steps and however you are recommended and self-employed course. दोस्तों 1 घंटा पूरा हो गया है स्ट्रीमिंग को ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक यही विराम देना चाहिए 2 बज गए कुछ टाइम बाद फिर मिलेंगे ज़्यादा नहीं आधे घंटे बाद फिर दोबारा करते हैं ठीक है